Hi, welcome back to Flex Yoga. My name is Daphna. Today we are getting into a hip opening flow. So in this class, we are going to be moving in a mandala style flow, which means that we are going to be changing the orientation from front to back of mat throughout the sequences. So if you're new to my channel and you haven't practiced with me before, I recommend setting up your mat horizontally with your screen so that at any given moment, if you feel the need to kind of take a peek at the screen just to make sure that you're aligned with the practice, you'll be able to do so and you won't have to kind of strain your neck in the process. We don't really need blocks for the practice. However, if you like practicing with blocks, it's always handy to have them just by your mat. We are getting started in a comfortable seat. So let's just get comfy in a cross-legged seat. Bring your right leg in front of your left leg. We'll go ahead and place our hands at our knees. Take a moment to close down the eyes here. Let's start with a big breath in from the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. A deep breath in. Big sigh out. And again, another inhale. And an exhale. Good. Seal off your lips and start to breathe in and out through the nose. Just start to fill your lungs up with as much air as possible. Noticing how you can make each inhale a little bit longer and each exhale a little bit more expansive. Find softness in the facial features and just allow yourself to find a moment of stillness in your seat before we start moving. With the next inhale, let's sweep both arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, collect the palms of your hands together at your heart, just taking a moment to kind of hone in on an intention that you're bringing into your practice. And with your next inhale, we'll once again sweep the arms up overhead and exhale, collect the palms together as you blink the eyes open. Let's take a deep breath and stretch the right arm up as the left hand comes down to the ground, side stretch, reach the right fingers over to the left side. We'll take a big breath in through the right side body, through that right side lung, and stay for the exhale. Good. Place your right hand over your left knee, and then cross your left hand over that right. You'll pick up your hands from the knees and eagle wrap the arms here. So that right arm should be underneath the left. With the inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, round into the spine as you squeeze the elbows into the navel. Let's do that 2 more times. So with your inhale, arch into the spine as you reach the fingertips up. Exhale, round as you squeeze the elbows to the navel. And 1 more time with your inhale, arch into the spine as you reach the fingertips up. Exhale, elbows squeeze to navel. Good. Bring your spine into a neutral position as you inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Try to reach your elbows towards the ground, feeling a really nice stretch into that right glute. We'll breathe here. Take a nice big inhale. And then a big exhale. Another inhale. And an exhale. Good. With your next inhale, we'll bring ourselves all the way back through center. Exhale, unravel the arms into a cactus. Reach your fingertips forward, Navasana boat pose. Send the weight into your sits bones. Uncross the ankles as you float your feet off of the ground, and we'll hold here for 3. Lift the chest, gaze to the big toes, another 2. Try to squeeze your knees in a little closer to your chest as you take another inhale. Exhale, cross your left ankle in front of the right as you come back down into that easy seat. Right fingertips on the ground for a side stretch. Left arm stretches up, inhale. Exhale, reach it over towards the right side. Breathe into that left side body, taking an inhale and an exhale. Another inhale and an exhale. Good. Gently rest that left hand over the right knee, and that right arm will cross over the left. just so that you can lift your hands and eagle wrap the arms. The left arm is now underneath the right. With your inhale, think of arching into the back as you reach your fingertips up. Exhale, round as you squeeze the elbows to the navel. Inhale to reach the fingertips up. Exhale, elbows to navel. And once again, let's take an inhale, fingertips up high. Exhale, elbows to navel. Good. With your inhale, think of a neutral spine as you lift the elbows. Exhale, fold forward. Rest your forearms, elbows down to the ground. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Another inhale. And exhale. Really good. With your next inhale, we'll reach it all the way back up. Exhale, unravel the arms into a cactus and stretch the fingertips forward. Navasana, boat pose. Shift the weight into the sits bones. Float the feet off of the ground and uncross the ankles. We'll gaze to the big toes. Try to squeeze the knees in a little closer to the chest. Hold here, another 2. Puff the chest up a little bit higher. Let's take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, we're coming into tabletop. So you can either swing your legs over to one side to move into that tabletop, or you can cross your ankles and roll over the shins, placing the hands down on the ground and the knees down on the ground. Really good. Pick up your right knee and start taking circles for 3, 2, 1, and opposite direction for 1, 2, 3. Cross the right knee behind the left knee, Gomukhasana, child pose, kind of hybrid. So that right knee crossed behind the left knee, and just start to lower your hips as low as they can go here as you allow the head to kind of come down towards the ground. We'll take a big breath in and a big breath out. Feeling a really nice stretch in that left glute. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Good. With your next inhale, let's come back into that sort of tabletop shape with the body. The right knee will lift and fire hydrant over to the right. So the right knee lifts and kind of opens back out into hip level on the right. Flex into the foot, extend the leg to the right, hold it in the air here for a moment. Notice if you're bending into the elbows, try to extend the arms as much as possible. Lower the right foot in a line with that left knee. Good. Right hand steps under the chest. Let's inhale, stretch the left arm all the way up. Thread the needle as you exhale, left arm reaches towards that right foot, and the right arm will stretch forward to the front of the mat. Keep the sole of that right foot completely flat on the ground here. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Step your right hand in front of your nose again as you inhale. Unravel that left arm, stretch it all the way back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, place it back down underneath the left shoulder. Readjust the hands as much as needed. Flex into the right foot. Inhale, exhale, float right foot off of the mat and step it forward outside of that right hand. Walk your hands one step forward, keeping both of them on the inside of the right foot. Inhale, press the hips forward as you peel the chest open. Exhale, half split, start to extend the right leg as you send your hips back and flex the foot. Let's do that 2 more times. So with your inhale, bend the knee, hips forward, heart lifts. Exhale, flex foot, extend leg, fold over it. 1 more time, inhale, bend knee, hips forward, heart lifts. Exhale, extend leg, flex foot, and fold over. Pause here for a moment. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Inhale here and exhale. Beautiful. With your next inhale, let's bend into the right knee, easy twist. Palm of the left hand grounds down to the ground. Tuck back toes, lift back knee. Inhale, reach right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep a nice deep bend in that right knee. We'll take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the right hand down and step the right foot back into your high plank. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, send it all the way back into your downward facing dog. Really good. With your next inhale, ripple forward as though you're moving into your high plank again, but we're coming into a floating dog. So a little micro bend in your elbows. Start to lower the hips and pull the chest forward. through the gate of the shoulders. Nice squeeze in the glutes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest and wave it all the way back into your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, ripple forward into a high plank again. Exhale, lower your knees to the mat. Straight into the other side. We're going to pick up that left knee and take 3 circles. 2, 1, and in the opposite direction for 1, 2, 3. Really good. Cross that left knee behind the right for that same child's pose, Gomukhasana hybrid. The hips will start to melt down towards the heels, feeling a really, really nice stretch in the right glute this time. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful. With the next inhale, we'll come back through that tabletop, fire hydrant the left knee out to the left in the line of that hip. Taking a big breath in, extend into both arms, flex the foot, extend the leg in the line of the hip, hold, and then lower that left foot down in the line of the right knee. Step your left hand underneath your chest here. Inhale, stretch the right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath and through for thread the needle, reaching right hand towards the left foot. Left arm will extend forward to the front of the mat. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Extend into the left leg, really set the outer edge of the foot onto the ground, opening up into the inner thigh. We'll take one more big breath in, big breath out. Good. Palm of the left hand will rest in front of the nose. Inhale, unravel that right arm, stretch it all the way back up. And exhale, place the palm down onto the ground. Flex into the left foot, float left foot off of the ground, hold, and then step left foot outside of the left hand, readjusting the body as needed in this kind of low lunge. So with the inhale, press the hips forward, lift the heart. Exhale, half split. Flex the foot as you extend the leg and fold over it. 2 more times. Inhale, bend into that left knee, hips forward, heart lifts. Exhale, extend the leg, flex the foot and fold over it. And 1 more time, inhale, bend into that left knee, hips forward, heart lifts. Exhale, flex, extend, fold. Hold here for a moment, take a breath in and a breath out. Another breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, bend back into that left knee, setting up for easy twist. Palm of the right hand down, tuck right toes under, lift right knee. Inhale, stretch your left arm up to the ceiling and hold. Another 2. Keep a nice deep bend in that left knee, spin your chest up to the ceiling and inhale right here. And as you exhale, lower your left hand down, step your left foot back through your high plank, take a big breath in. Exhale for that down dog. Really good. With your next inhale, ripple forward through that high plank. Again, we're moving into that floating dog. So keep the toes tucked, squeeze the glutes, micro bend into your elbows as you lower the hips. Inhale to peel the chest open, look up. Exhale, chin in, down dog, send it all the way back. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Deep breath out. Good. 3-leg dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee. Squeeze the heel to the glute and then lift the knee from the hip joint. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose and step the foot between your hands. Again, low lunge, lower the back knee to the ground, untuck those toes. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up to the ceiling as you take a big breath in. Exhale, cactus into the arms. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, eagle wrap right arm under and around the left. We'll take a big breath in to lift the fingertips. Exhale, tap the elbow to the knee. Inhale to lift the fingertips, open the chest. Exhale, bring the elbows to tap the knee. And one more time, inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, bring the elbows to tap the knee. With your next inhale, lift the elbows, lift the heart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, cactus as you unravel the arms. Good. Lower your hands to frame the right foot. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the back knee. Wide-legged forward fold, open to the left side of the mat. You'll take an inhale as you find length here. Exhale, fold forward and over your legs. Good. Inhale to find length again, half lift. Exhale, goddess squat, turn the toes out and the heels in. Deep bend in the knees as you sit the hips low and collect the hands at your heart. Really good. I like to just shift weight from one foot to the other. Notice that you may lose your balance a little bit like I just did, but you'll get centered again. So again, I like to kind of shift weight from one foot to the other. I find that it really helps to open into my hips and strengthen into the legs. We'll come back through center as we take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower your left elbow to the left thigh. Inhale, stretch the right arm overhead, finding a beautiful line through the right side body. Let's take a deep inhale here. Deep breath out. Another inhale and an exhale. Good. Warrior two to the left leg. So inhale, open up the arms, straighten into your right leg, swivel the toes in, and then just readjust those left toes to the back of the mat. Taking a deep breath in, reach your left arm up and your right arm down. Exhale, bend the elbows like you want to tap the hands behind the back. It's okay if you don't tap them, bend the elbows like you're trying to reach them. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, straighten into the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows to tap. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend the elbows, and maybe you have a bind. If you don't, grab anywhere on your shirt or tank top. Keep that warrior two with the legs and just peek over your right shoulder, feeling a really nice stretch in the left side of the neck. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Unravel the arms. Inhale, look over the left shoulder. Stay for the exhale, you got it. Inhale, flow it out. Straighten into the left leg, reach the arms up high. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten into the left leg, arms reach high. Exhale, warrior two. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. With your next in-breath, straighten the leg, reach the arms up high. Exhale, reverse your triangle. The left arm will reach overhead, finding a really long line through the left side body. Let's take a big breath in right here. Exhale, triangle pose. That left hand will stretch all the way forward. Send your right hip as far back as you can. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg and inhale, straighten the right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe here, another 2. Try to look up towards that right thumb. And let's take one more big breath in. Exhale, lower your right hand down and then sweep your left leg all the way up into 3-legged dog. So we're going straight into that left side. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, bend into the knee. Squeeze the heel to the glute and then lift the knee from the hip joint. Take a big inhale. Exhale, round and curl that left knee to your chest and step the foot between your hands. Lower the right knee down to the ground, Anjaneyasana, untuck those back toes. Inhale, stretch the arms up high. Exhale, cactus into the arms. Inhale, tilt the chest up high. Exhale, eagle wrap left arm underneath the right this time. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, tap the elbows to the knee. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, tap the elbows to the knee. And inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, tap the knee. With the next inhale, you'll reach the fingertips up and stay for the exhale. Another inhale And exhale, unravel through cactus arms. Lower your hands to frame that left foot. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale, lift the back knee and swivel all 10 toes to the right, long edge of the mat, wide-legged forward fold again. We'll take an inhale, hands are underneath the shoulders to find a half lift. Exhale, grab onto your legs as you pull yourself towards the lower body. We'll take a big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders again as you find your half lift. Inhale. Exhale, goddess squat, all 10 toes turn out again, heels turn in. Nice deep bend in the knees and sit low for a second time. Really good. The hands are coming to your heart center. Again, I lost balance. It's one of those postures that gets you every time in a different kind of spot with your balance. Keep pressing into the outer edges of the feet, squeeze the glutes to try to align the knees with the toes. Inhale here, exhale, right elbow to right thigh. Inhale, reach your left arm overhead, breathe into the left side body. We'll take a nice big breath in, big breath out. Really good. With your next inhale, warrior two to the right leg this time. So the left leg will extend, those left toes swivel in, right toes adjust. Nice deep bend in the right knee. This time the right arm lifts as the left arm lowers. For those cow face arms or Gomukhasana arms. Bend the elbows to tap and then inhale to extend the arms. Bend the elbows to tap and inhale, extend the arms. Bend the elbows to grab a bind or grab onto your shirt. Keep a deep bend in that right knee. Look over the left shoulder. Nice stretch in the right side of the neck. Let's take a big breath in, breath out, breath in, and breath out. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Good, inhale, straighten the right leg, flow it out, reach the arms up high. Exhale, back into warrior two. Good, inhale, straighten the right leg, arms stretch up. Exhale, back into warrior two. And inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Good, reverse triangle. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach the right arm high. Grab the right wrist with the left hand, stretch it over to the space behind you. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Good, triangle pose. Inhale, stretch that right arm all the way forward. Exhale, lower the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Left arm stretches up. Try to look up to the left thumb. Breathe here, another two. Keep both legs strong and long. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand and lower. And framing that right foot, we're going straight into the right leg for that third and final sequence here. So let's inhale, stretch the right leg all the way back up to the ceiling. Exhale, round and curl the knee to your nose. Step the foot between your hands. Warrior one. Back heel comes down. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Good, let's take a big breath in right here. Exhale, sweep the hands behind the back. You'll take a deep breath to interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms together to lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold inside of the right thigh. Allow your chest to be completely suspended on the inside of the right leg and look towards the left foot. Send the right hip back and the left hip forward to square off the hips. Let's take another big breath in and a big breath out. Good, with your next inhale, punch the fists back. Lift your arms all the way back up. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms. Shoot the weight into the right foot as you float the left foot off of the ground. Find your balance. The hands are reaching in the same direction as the lifted leg. We'll take another inhale here. Exhale, squeeze your left knee into stork pose. The hands come together at your heart. We'll take a big breath right here where we are and stay for the exhale. Figure four chair. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh And slowly with control, set the hips back. Notice that you didn't cross your left thigh or left knee over the right knee. You're creating a figure 4 with your legs. So you can stay right here, or for another little added kind of challenge and added hip opener, you can start to twist to the right, hooking that left elbow over the left knee and opening the chest to the right. And breathe. Another 2. Steady. Good. One more big breath in. Really nice. Slowly bring the chest back through center, and we're opening out into a hip opener. Right hand to right hip, left hand to left knee. Open that left knee out to the left. And again, if you want a little bit of an added kind of challenge, or if you want to just explore extending the leg, you can reach down with the left hand to grab a hold of that left big toe and extend the leg out to the left. We'll take another 2. Good, and inhale. Good, as you exhale, let go of that left leg and cross it behind the right. I know the sole of that right foot is probably really tender and really tight right now. Give it a moment. We've come off of the foot. So we're keeping a little bend in that right knee. Keep the outer edge of the left foot on the ground. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, grab the left wrist and stretch it over to the right side. I want you to feel like you're almost like leaning into the left side body and keeping a nice bend in that right knee, opening through the left side. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Inhale, come up through center, release the hands. Exhale, fold yourself over your legs here. And we'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Left hand is going to come onto the ground just underneath that left shoulder. Nice deep bend in the right knee. Inhale, twist, reach your right hand up to the ceiling. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Look down, we're transitioning into fallen triangle. So I want you to kind of slide your left foot a little further back and a little further out. Nice deep bend in the right knee to transfer the weight into left hand and left foot. And then you're stepping the right foot to the back of the mat with control for that fallen triangle. Really good job. Let's take a big breath in, cinch that left side waist, lift your hips, maybe look up to the right thumb. Big breath out. Beautiful. Right hand's gonna come down. Readjust your left hand as you need so that it's underneath your shoulder. Tiger curl to squeeze that left knee into the chest. And then you're going to come into a wild thing seat. So lower the left foot behind you, lower your hips. Good. We're gonna come into 3 wild thing lifts. So take an inhale, lift the hips, stretch the left arm over. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to lower. And one more time. Inhale to lift into that wild thing. Pause and breathe here. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Come all the way down. Good. Janu Shirshasana. Sole of the left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Right leg is extended. Flex the right foot. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold over the right leg. We'll take a nice big breath. Big exhale out. So good. Another inhale and an exhale. Beautiful job. With your next inhale, we're coming back up into a seat. Sole of the left foot meets the ground again. You're coming out the same way you did in, the same way you came in. So the right hand comes behind you, fingers face the front of the room. You're going to lift yourself up like you did for that wild thing. Left hand comes down, and then left leg stretches straight up into that 3-leg dog. You'll take a nice big inhale as you point the left toes up high, and exhale, step your left foot between your hands, warrior 1. Back heel comes down. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Good. Let's take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Another inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Take a deep breath, lift the chest, exhale, humble warrior. Fold inside of the left leg and reach the arms overhead. You'll look towards the right foot. Keep a nice deep bend in that left knee and allow your chest to kind of be suspended on the inside of that left thigh. Good, look to the right foot. Try to square the hips. Take another inhale and an exhale. Good. With your next inhale, punch the fists all the way back. Reach the arms up high. Exhale, warrior three. Shift the weight into the left foot. Float right foot off of the ground and reach your hands in the same direction of that right foot. We'll take another big breath in right here. Exhale, stork pose as you crunch right knee into the chest. Hands will come together at your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, figure four chair. Right ankle, crosses over the left knee as you sit your hips back. Again, you have the option of staying here, or if you took the twist last time, start to hook right elbow over right foot to open the chest. Inhale and exhale. Another breath in and a breath out. Good. We're going to unravel into a open hip. Left hand to left hip, right hand to right knee. Open the right knee to the right. Option to reach down and grab the big toe, extending the leg to the side. Breathe here, another two. One more big breath in. Let go of the foot. Sweep it behind the left ankle and inhale, stretch the arms up high. This time, grab the right wrist, little bend in that left knee, and reach the right fingers over to the left side. So that right hip is gonna kind of lean over to the right, feeling a beautiful long line in the right side body. Let's take a deep breath in, breath out. Good. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Exhale, release over your legs here. We'll take an inhale to find length in the spine. And an exhale to fold over the legs. Good. Really nice. With your inhale, find your half lift. Bend into that left knee. Right hand underneath your right shoulder. Twist. Inhale. Reach your left hand up as you look up to the left thumb. Take a nice big breath in. Big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Good. We're transitioning again into that fallen triangle. So right foot is going to send itself further back and out, and nice deep bend in that left knee so you can transfer the weight to the right foot, right hand. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Cinch the right side waist. Maybe you can look up to the left thumb. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Lower your left hand, readjust the right hand as much as you need. Tiger curl to squeeze that right knee into the chest and take a big breath in. Exhale into that wildling variation, lowering the hips before you lift them. Good, so the hips stay low. With the inhale, now lift the hips, open the chest. Exhale, lower the hips. Good. Inhale, lift the hips and the chest. Exhale, lower. And one more time. Inhale, lift and take a big breath in. Open the chest. Good, another inhale. And exhale, sit the hips down for that Janu Shirshasana. Right knee opens to the right, bringing sole of right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Left leg is extended, foot is flexed. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and over that left leg. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good, another inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. With your next inhale, let's stretch the arms up high. Coming out the same way we came in. Right foot meets the ground. Left hand comes behind you. Fingers face the front of the mat. You're going to lift your hips so that you can place the right hand, right foot on the ground in a high plank. Hold here for a moment. Inhale, exhale, lower the knees, child's pose, feet together, and forehead down. Let's all take a big breath in from the nose. Big sigh out. Really good. Another inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. With your next in breath, we're gonna come up into a seat and swing the legs around or slide them through for a seat here. Good. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. The soles of the feet will come together and the knees come apart. Hands grab a hold of the feet like a book, open them up like a book, and we'll take a big inhale to find length in the spine. And exhale, fold forward as you gently apply pressure with your elbows onto your thighs, pressing them down, encouraging a little bit of a deeper fold. Good, we'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful, just one more breath in, breath out. Good, with your next inhale, let's slowly come up into a seat. Hands will grab a hold of the knees, close off the knees. Inhale, stretch the arms forward. And as you exhale, roll down as slowly as you can onto the back. Beautiful. Really good. The soles of the feet are coming onto the ground. Walk them in towards the glutes and keep your feet at hips distance. We're coming up into a bridge pose. The hands are long along the body, palms will face down. Roll the shoulders underneath themselves. Take an inhale, completely iron out the lower back on the ground. So a slight tuck of the pelvis under. Exhale, scoop the bum, lift the hips. Good. Walking the hands a little bit closer, the shoulders a little bit closer. Really nice. Pick up the right foot, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, squeeze the glutes as you have this figure four in the legs. Really squeeze the bum as you press your hip bones up towards the ceiling. Breathe here, another inhale and another exhale. Another inhale and an exhale. Good. Release that right foot down. Lift your heels off of the mat so you're coming to your tippy toes and roll down nice and slow. Good. And just windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Beautiful. Very nice. Now slowly with the next inhale, again, the feet walk in towards the glutes, iron out the spine on the ground. Arms are long along the body, palms face down as we take a big breath in. Exhale, scoop the hips up off the ground. Good, walk the shoulders closer to one another, hands closer to one another, and then you'll lift your left foot, cross left ankle over right thigh, squeeze glutes, and press the hip bones up towards the ceiling as we breathe here. And inhale, really think of squeezing the bum, opening that left knee further out in that figure four. And let's take one more big breath in, big breath out. Good. Lift the left foot, set it back down. Heels come off of the ground again so that we can roll down really nice and slow. Good, and then hug the knees into the chest. Let's take a big breath in as we gently kind of rock from side to side. Big breath out. Good, another inhale and exhale. Really nice. Good. Just to release any tension, let's take some circles with the knees. So each knee is kind of drawing its own circles in its own direction. And then switch up the direction here. Really nice. Beautiful. And then just for some relief for those hips, we'll walk the feet as wide as the mat. Pigeon toe the toes in and allow the knees to collapse one towards the other. Arms are long along the body. Let's close down the eyes as we take a big inhale and a big sigh out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Start breathing in a more kind of natural pace for you, just so that you are not creating any more effort. Allow the body to completely lie back and kind of soak up all of the energy that you just have kind of scattered all around you. Allow yourself to keep the mind completely empty as possible. Any thought that comes in can just kind of float out, allowing room for another thought, another feeling, another idea. Notice how after all of this movement, the body just feels a little bit more still, a little bit more present, and a little bit more quiet. Slowly start to kind of heel toe the feet together as you take a big breath in. And exhale, drop the knees over to one side, rolling over into a fetal position, taking a moment just to transition from your final resting pose and the rest of your day. And when you feel like you're ready, let's meet in a comfortable seat, collecting the hands together at the heart and taking one final cleansing breath as we inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Inhale the thumbs to your third eye, recognizing mind, intellect, intuition. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest, recognizing light, life, and love within. Thank you so much for taking the time to move your body, and mostly thank you for allowing me to guide you through that. I really hope that this class helped you kind of feel a little bit more stable, a little bit more strong in your hips. I know that it was a little bit tough and a little bit challenging, but that's how we get stronger, you know? We have to sometimes kind of go beyond what we have practiced and challenge ourselves a little bit and know where to kind of draw the line between too challenging and something that we are able to do. So I hope that you enjoyed that class, and if you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe even share it with a friend or a loved one. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.